Welcome back everybody, Mr. P here again. I don't usually post game guides here since I don't typically have that kind of time, at least not now anyway. However, I did want to do a quick run through of an AP farming technique that is really popular in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, if you watched my review of Rebirth, and you should, you may recall I mentioned that there were tons of AP farming guides on the internet already. That's true. And I decided to add to the maelstrom of content one can sift through. However, I want to show you just what method I used to quickly level up my characters from 50 to 70, as well as farming all of the AP needed to level up some of the more ridiculous materia that require 18,000 AP just to level up from 4 to 5 stars. All of this was done after completing the main scenario, so the XP and AP values are based on post-game values, which, if I recall, is triple the original rate. There may be other ways of doing this before then, but I didn't bother doing this until post-game, so I can't personally vouch for how effective other methods may be, though I think most guides, including this one, assume you've already beaten the main scenario. If you've done any research on this, one of the popular methods is fighting the Queen Bee in the Nibelheim region during the quest My White-Haired Angel. What makes this method farmable in endgame is using chapter select to reset all of your side quest progress so you can redo quests over and over again. I'll go over the specifics of this part a little later. For now, all this involves is going to Nibelheim, accepting the request from the quest board, and then working through the quest until you get to the fight with the Queen Bee. I did all of this on easy mode since the amount of XP and AP you gain across difficulties is the same as far as I've been able to verify, so there's no benefit to doing this on hard besides giving the Queen Bee a much larger HP pool, though you can work around this on easy by just equipping your other party members with weaker weapons and trying to avoid attacking the Queen as much as you can. The longer she stays alive, the more she casts Worker Bees, which summons 4 bees at 12 AP apiece, or 48 AP per group. For my runs, I played around with various gear and settling on the Igneous Saber just to speed up killing off Worker Bees. Again, be careful to minimize the damage to the Queen, or else you'll end your run faster than intended. I accidentally smacked her with Braver once and knocked a huge chunk out of her HP by accident. On average, I could do a run of this in about 8 minutes or so, not counting chapter select and fast travel, and that bumped it up to about 9 or 9.5 minutes. The question is, how much XP and AP can you get while doing this? Well, I have a few runs that I recorded, and I've let the last one I ever did play in the background, but let's see what numbers we come up with. So before this first run here, Magic Focus, which was paired with AP up on the Chocobo armband for 6 times AP growth, earned 6,552 AP. Luck Up, a normal slot, gained 1,092. Looking at timestamps, from the time I finished loading into Nibelheim to the point where the battle ended and Tifa started talking was 9 minutes 40 seconds. Let's just round it off to 10 minutes to make it easy. That means, in that run, I earned about 110 AP per minute with normal slots, and about 660 AP per minute with the 6 times AP slot. XP gained was 284,464, 28,446 per minute, and that's without XP up equipped. I was already at level 70 at this point, so I didn't have it equipped. With double XP, that would be 568,928, 56,893 per minute. Let's look at the next run. This time, Warding Materia started at 974 and went up to 1874, which is only 900 AP, while Magic Focus ended up getting maxed out. From the moment I told the game to restart the chapter with all quest data reset to the time I killed the Queen Bee was 8 minutes and 6 seconds. So just a little shorter of a run than the previous one, but still, that's about 112 AP per minute with a normal slot and 672 per minute with a 6 times slotted materia. XP gained was 232,800 without XP up, which doubled, would have been 465,600. I think I only did 2 runs of this with XP up to level up from 50 to 70. That's how quick it goes by. Let's look at another run. This one lasted for just shy of 10 minutes, 9 minutes 48 seconds to be exact, but that's also because I took time after killing the first 2 packs to rearrange some AP, so the time is a little off. What are the results here? Pretty consistent with what we've seen up until now. Adjusting for the time I took to tamper with AP, which was about a minute, we gained 900 AP, which was about 100 AP per minute, and another 232,800 normal XP, or 465,600 XP with XP up. One final run. This time I switched to Igneous Saber and shuffled a couple other things around. This run was for 9 minutes 13 seconds. I had to go back through and manually calculate how much I earned on this since I forgot to record the part where I analyzed it all. This time, including the Queen Bee, who I think just gives you the same AP and XP as her minions if I was reading the screen right, summoned 80 bees. Along with the first 2 groups and the starting 3 she has with her, that's 94 bees, not counting her. In that last run, I earned a whopping 1,140 AP, which comes out to right around 124 AP per minute, and 294,880 XP without XP up, which would be 589,760 XP with it, almost 600,000 XP. So, what do we get? Well, if you want to level everyone up to 70 really quick, this is the quest to do. I would do this one in Chapter 12 when you have Ketchi available, though I think his level will catch up to you regardless. If you want to have 7 characters with AP equipped, doing this in Chapter 12 is possible, but the reset time between runs takes a bit longer since you have to drive the Tiny Bronco to Costa del Sol first and then teleport to Nibelheim. If you're fine with just 6 characters, which is more than enough, then the setup and repeat shouldn't take more than about 9 to 10 minutes or so. Of course, that's not counting switching up materia as needed or even buying time materia to max out and sell for 10,000 a pop. Is it possible to do something like the Gungaga run with save and reload or spamming some of the Coliseum challenges a tiny bit faster? Possibly. I got bored doing save reload or quit and restart over and over again, and this gives enough of a change of scenery that it didn't feel totally mind-numbing. Also, remember that arena challenges don't give AP to non-active party members, whereas doing this one will give you a lot more AP across a lot more characters. You can theoretically do this with one of the brutal challenges, since the Queen Bee is part of that, but you're also required to fight another monster alongside her, and depending on how quickly you can kill that enemy without doing too much damage to her, it may or may not be worth it. Plus, brutal challenges set the difficulty by default to hard mode, so I didn't bother with it since the whole point of doing this is to max out XP and AP before messing around with hard mode. Anyway, that'll do it for me. Hope you found this useful, and good luck with the AP grind. This should make some of those high level ones just a little easier to manage. Till next time, take care.